The answer doesn't lie in how much Denmark taxes, but in what it taxes. Unlike countries that lean heavily on taxing businesses and payrolls, Denmark shifts much of its tax burden to personal consumption and income. Payroll taxes are costs that employers pay on top of salaries, things like social security contributions and unemployment insurance. Income taxes are paid directly by workers on the money they earn, and in Denmark they are high, with a top marginal tax rate exceeding 55%. Then there's the value-added tax, or VAT, a consumption tax added to nearly every purchase. At 25%, Denmark's VAT is one of the highest in the world. Now that might sound like a nightmare for workers, but here's the trade-off. Corporate taxes are relatively low. At just 22%, Denmark's corporate tax rate is below the OECD average of 23.6% and far lower than Germany's 29.9% or France's 25.8%, and that means businesses face fewer barriers when hiring, reinvesting, or expanding. And it works. Denmark now has one of the highest startup rates in Europe. It supports entrepreneurs with grants, minimal bureaucracy, and a tax system that rewards reinvestment instead of punishing profits. In fact, the World Bank ranks it amongst the easiest countries in the world to do business, thanks to its digital-first administration and streamlined regulation. That's why cities like Copenhagen have become major startup hubs, attracting founders and investors from across Europe. Now the thing is that eventually corporate profits are distributed to individuals anyway. Shareholders can't fund themselves with business profits alone, they need to be paid out as dividends or shares sold to make a capital gain, so just taxing the individual when that happens achieves the same end result. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Despite its high personal tax rate, Denmark doesn't burden employers with heavy payroll taxes like many other European countries. That makes hiring more affordable, even compared to countries with lower income tax rates but higher labour costs.